Hello and welcome to our demo of the Praecipio AI Autoresponder for JSM. This app seamlessly integrates Atlassian JSM with ChatGPT, offering a streamlined and efficient customer support experience. We will walk you through how our app automatically handles customer requests and comments without the need for human agent involvement. I will be playing the role of an internal IT support desk customer for Cyberdyne Systems. Here we are logged into the portal as a customer who has a question about opening Excel files. I will navigate to the portal and open a new ticket. Enter the summary, the description, and click Send to submit the ticket. Now, let's switch over to the agent's perspective. As the agent, we can see that a new ticket has been created and that it is a request for help opening an Excel file. Behind the scenes, our app is processing the customer's request, building an appropriate prompt, and sending it to the ChatGPT API to generate a response. After a few seconds, we'll refresh the portal view and voila, a response from ChatGPT has been sent back to the customer. In this case, ChatGPT has offered a few different options to the customer for opening Excel files on a Mac. Now, let's say the customer has additional questions or needs more clarification. Acting as the customer, I will enter a follow-up question on the ticket asking if any of these options will allow me to work with Excel files offline. Again, the app is processing the customer's follow-up question, crafting a new prompt along with the prior context of the conversation and sending that to the ChatGPT API. When we refresh the portal page, we can see that the app has provided a relevant response to the customer's question. Now, imagine that this organization prefers to have more control over the responses that are sent to the customer. We can adjust the settings for the app on a project-by-project basis so that instead of immediately sending the response to the customer, we can allow or require the human agent to first review, approve, and potentially edit the AI-generated response before it is sent to the customer. In this next example, I'll first change the project settings for this service desk to require a human agent review and also allow the human agent to edit the AI-generated response. I will then go back to the portal and submit a new ticket as the customer, and then return to the agent view. We can now see that instead of sending the response directly to the customer, the agent has an opportunity to review this response, approve or edit, and send it to the customer. The agent also has the option to discard the AI-based response completely and manually respond to the customer instead. To provide even more control to the agent, we can also change the setting to allow the agent to not only modify the response to the customer but also to modify the prompt to the OpenAI API. In this scenario, the agent can modify the default prompt generated by the app and ask ChatGPT to generate a new response. This can be useful in cases where the agent doesn't like the initial response that was generated or even if they just want to interact with ChatGPT themselves from within JSM. For a glimpse into some additional functionality, we will return to the project settings. This gives the project administrator even more control into how the app will behave, such as allowing for automatic responses only during certain hours or only if a human agent has not responded within a certain amount of time. If we click over to the Prompt tab, you can see that there are settings to allow the administrator to provide a description of the service desk along with a selection of request fields that can be used to enrich the prompt and provide additional context for more accurate responses. As we click over to the Privacy tab, we also have a few settings to scan for potentially private information and either redact this content from the prompt or skip automatic generation altogether if private information is detected. This provides a level of security to ensure that sensitive data is not shared with ChatGPT. We also have a few global settings to allow the Jira administrator to control which JSM projects can be used with the Autoresponder and also allow them to further customize the app to use an alternative AI model. The default, out of the box, is to use the OpenAI ChatGPT API in the cloud, but administrators can also deploy their own custom models such as Llama 2 or even deploy a model that is trained on custom proprietary data to custom tailor the answers to their own specific business domain. Thank you for watching our video and feel free to let us know if you have any feedback or questions.